What's up, guys? Nerf Gun Charlie here, and here's the deal. The three Rebel videos we did where we introduced them, I showed you an update, I showed you the finale. It bought me the time to complete the Imperials entirely, so I didn't have to release waves of them. This is it. This is the completion video. And you'll notice initially there's already been a few changes. And this is similar to what we did for the Rebels. There's just a lot of resizing. There's just a lot of if there's texture updates, cool, but it's a lot of resizing. A couple of models got replaced. We updated the UI. If you notice, as we move to my Nebulon, all of that green that was red. It was a jarring red. So we switched that up to green. It looks a little bit nicer. Wireframes are in for everything. And I've retextured the Nebulon. Things like the Strike Cruiser or the Lancer are pretty much the same, but the Karak Cruiser, we replace that entirely. I'll go over that here in a bit. Super Star Destroyer, yes, will be that large. We're shrinking down the Star Destroyers a little bit more. Yes, I know, but it will make more sense for the scale of the Super Star Destroyer. And I've shrunk down the Dreadnoughts already. But this will be about as large as it is, and I'll see if I upgrade the texture. But as you can see, everything is looking great. I've already made some changes after recording this video. So I've updated some of the naming conventions to fit the bar, some sizes, that kind of thing. So it's ready to go. The Karak Cruiser is from Star Fox, and that thing is beautiful. For being like 1,000 to 1,500 polygons, it is looking very nice. Things, like our Golan 3 platform or constructors, a lot of it just took sizing changes where they were smaller. They needed to be small. Things like our TIE fighters are the same size. The comm satellite's just a reuse of the Rebel one. I've just retextured it to be green on the outer band instead of red. But a lot of resizing just so things are smaller. The scale more fits for this RTS style. Um, The turrets are also, I believe, Star Fox or no, it's Majestics. The turrets came from Majestic, if I'm not mistaken. Star Fox or Majestic. I'm giving them both credit here. They both have helped me with Imperials and with Rebels, so they both get credit. And More Mama gets a lot of the credit for Federation and Klingon. We're giving it to them. Anyway, I'm rambling. So we've got everything looking good here, and I think I'm going to show off the super laser turret. Yep, I am. I'd forgotten where I was in there. So I kept the super laser turret in here. I'm going to resize its beam just because the beam is a little bit larger and it fires of a range of like 15,000 in game. Like it's ridiculous. And that's what I'm kind of highlighting here is I need to thin out the beam and it's firing well on the other side of our range here. So it's a little ridiculous. Probably make it like 1,000, 2,000 range where it fits within sensor range or right outside of it, but it's not something crazy like this because this was dumb. So, but I love my Nebulon B2s. That's my favorite ship on the Imperial side, and I'm just staging, getting ready to take out this rogue Imperial faction. I'm just getting my TIE fighters ready. I'm going to get some Karak cruisers and Lancers ready, and then we're just going to start filtering everything. So I do want to, like I said, I thank everybody that's been helping me with this. I'm hopeful I can get my beta tester back, Jay Carrillo. I'm hoping I can get him back. I know when he initially played this mod, it wasn't his cup of tea, and that's fine. I don't think I've missed anything. And single player, sorry, it's middle of the night again. It's like 1 in the morning. Um, Single player is not going to be working for this mod. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. But just because I don't want to like you're playing as the Borg and you get the Imperial look. You're playing as the Romulans, you get the Romulan look for all the order buttons and the UI. It just I don't know. It loses something in translation when it's not 1-to-1 for me. So, the Imperials are having fun with all their turbo lasers. Oh, yeah, go ahead. So I think I'm going to probably show off the Karak cruiser here shortly. But that's why I said it's just minor texture updates at this point. Things like the super laser. Very minute things that need to be done where, I might be recording while I'm recording it, I'm actually fixing the super laser. Yeah, super laser's got a range of 2200. No, we're going to go with 1200. I don't mind that. And then we're going to go down on a radius from 12 to, let's say, 7. 0.5. We'll go 0.5. But that's the Karak cruiser that Star Fox gave me. And that thing is nice for something that is A1 friendly with its polygon count. Textures are good, but I mean, overall, like you shrink down things. And yes, you can tell the Imperial Star Destroyer is it's low poly, but it looks good in its smaller size. A lot of these models were 2 to 3 times larger than what they are now. The Imperial Star Destroyer I think it's been scaled down to 30% of what it was. Whereas TIE Fighters are fine. TIE Fighters are what they've always been. They're the same models. They look fine. So I'm just showing off some minor texture changes. The Lancer's slightly upgraded. But all in all, it's looking pretty good. And all that turbo laser fire action. I do like the Nebulon B frigates. They always do look good. Don't ask me about that whole light source thing on the strike cruiser. That I did not want to mess with that. Some models, regardless of how you make them, since I still use Milkshape, when you import them into Milkshape, you think they look uniform in game, and they are, but the moment you go into Milkshape with them, they break. So, that's kind of all she wrote. We're done. I'm doing my release video here this weekend while as I record this. I can't stop yawning. I'm about to go to bed soon. Um, but we're gonna do the release video, get it recorded. I'm also adding in one surprise that you will see in the release video. Because I like cross-universe stuff like this. So, stay tuned for that. I'm not giving away anything. Stay tuned. But we've got the release video. Mainly, it is just updating credits pages. Make sure Star Fox and Majestic are probably covered. To make for sure I get everything from the Orb of Time, Fleet Command, and Millennium Project update credits because a lot of the Federation and Klingon stuff came from those mods. So just making sure I have all the credits done, and then it's making the mod database page, so I have a page for release, and then we'll be done. And I'm probably going to take a short break afterwards, doing some studying from work, and get some certifications. So I just need to take some time after this to study and try to get at least one of those before end of year. Plus, with the holiday season coming up, it's going to be busy. So if I can do an intro video for the next mod I'm working on, I will. But I've got a few things I got to get taken care of. So worst case, you might just get 1 or 2 silly videos from me before the end of the year. The next big project will start in 2026. Since that's what the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, I don't see a problem with that, especially considering what I'm about to work on in that next mod. Am I going to give you a hint? Absolutely not. I've already mentioned it once or twice in previous videos, but I'm not going to remind you. That's on you. But all in all, I'm going to go ahead and attack the base here. But as for you guys, a reminder, like, comment, subscribe. The channel could not be growing without you. I am always honored and surprised as we grow. And I can't wait to do the release video for this. Ooh, excuse me. And get on to the next project, and then give you the update on my cert status. So 'cause I want to get the certification. I do. IT realm, got to get your certs in place and make your moves. But until next time, as the Imperials fight, Nerf Gun Charlie, stay safe. I'm out.